Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween weekend. It is officially October 30th, the day you guys will be listening to this. I'm recording it on October 29th, but happy Halloween weekend. Growing up, I remember that I kind of grew out of Halloween early on in my life, and I had a younger sister. I have a younger sister, and she was still all about it occasionally. It was kind of like, she was into it, she wasn't into it, but it's funny because I remember pretty early on, I stopped dressing up. And then the moment I went to Ball State, where I went to school at, Halloween became like the coolest holiday ever. Everybody got to dress up. You saw a lot of personality. There was a lot of parties. It was just a really fun and exciting time. And due to the circumstances this year, I was so excited just knowing, because it was around this time last year when I was pretty much to the point to where I wasn't hired on full time yet at Festool, but regardless, I didn't end up doing anything this weekend. I was still living at home, and when moving out to Broad Ripple, I was so looking forward to Halloween of 2020. But who would have knew, right, that we're here? But still, I'm not going to let that stop me. I plan on going out this weekend on Saturday evening with some friends, and it's going to be a great time, and I'm hoping to make a welcome to my weekends. But I just wanted to start this episode by saying happy Halloween, happy Halloween weekend. This is episode number 24 or week 24, whatever way you look at it. And looking back at the analytics for week number 23, we had 2 total streams. And then surprisingly, and I feel like I have a lot to say about this, there was 13 YouTube views. So all in all, 15 total, and I would say mostly watches, but 15 streams of week number 23. So looking into my personal life for the last 7 days, last weekend, it was another relaxing, and I'm enjoying these relaxing weekends. I've had plenty of them, but I've started to really enjoy them. And last Friday evening, Bryce, his girlfriend, Emily, my girlfriend, we were at my apartment, or Bryce and I's apartment, and we ended up having a movie night. And it was great. We watched Z, I believe. I can't remember it was something Z. And then also we watched Halloween, Michael Myers, the newest Halloween. And supposedly there was supposed to be another Michael Myers Halloween movie this year, but due to, again, to the pandemic, they decided to postpone it until next year. But yeah, Friday we had a nice little movie night. We cooked some food. Saturday was more relaxed. And then Sunday we ended up carving pumpkins and just kind of getting ready for the week. That was really the big thing, was the carving pumpkins and just kind of chillaxing and having a nice chill weekend, I would say. But some more exciting things to also bring up in the past 7 days was last Thursday. I brought it up in the podcast. We ended up launching sedgetool. And it's Derek, myself, and Sedge, something that we both all talked amongst ourselves about doing as just an outside hobby activity outside of work on Sundays, since we just love hanging out together. And I would say Sedge is a really good friend. I've never met the guy before, but I've heard nothing but great things. And I know that Derek's gotten to meet him, but a really big influencer in the YouTube community and online on social media is Jason Bent's Woodworking, and he ended up shouting out sedgetool. Now, I shouted out sedgetool on the podcast, just to let you guys know that this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to be a part of and have fun with. But Jason, with his big audience, really took us to the next level. And it was just, I'm very thankful for that. It's really cool to see, out there how much of an impact that had on us, because the Instagram account got a lot of followers. We got a lot of subscribers on YouTube. So it was really cool to be able to start fairly quickly with a little bit of an upbringing, and we're very excited to bring some cool tips and tricks, more woodworking, common questions that some people may be confused, or just things that they could be educated on, and being able to film that, edit that, create all the thumbnails, the tags, all that, and all of us having our own little part in it. But it's just cool. And again, every single Thursday evening, we're going to have a video queued out. So that way, be prepared for that. And we're going to try to start uploading 2 times a week. So we get together on Sundays early in the morning for a couple hours, kind of film some content, hang out. And then from that, we go about our own business, work on it outside of work, and then just post the content. But the reason why I wanted to bring up, I had 13 views on YouTube. It's funny because on Friday evening when I talk to my father every single Monday and Wednesday, Friday, because that's when I'm commuting home from work. And he looked up sedgetool. That was the YouTube account through the Roku on the TV. And he's like, oh, that's weird. He's like, you're on here. And I was like, I am. And then what ended up happening was that I put sedgetool in the description. So I ended up popping up on when you search sedgetool on YouTube, and I think my dad ended up subscribing. And it was funny too, because that same Sunday, Sedge was like, dude, you have a podcast? That's awesome. And I was just like, yep, I got a lot of stuff going on. So, which is true. I always try to keep myself busy and occupied. But no, sedgetool has been extremely successful. It's already passed my total subscribers on YouTube, and it'll far succeed that. We both just have a really big passion. I mean, it's so cool because each of us have our own niche that we're really good at. Me being with the video, the pictures, Derek being all over social, web creation, using SEO and all the stuff that he brings to the table, and then Sedge being the main guy and having his knowledge and background in woodworking. And we're just a really sharp, good team, and it's just really cool to be able to bring content to whoever out there is curious and wants to know more about that kind of stuff. But I can't say enough positive things about that, and it's exciting, and I'll keep giving you guys updates as time goes on. Also, some big news is that I'm going to be doing a welcome to my weekends this weekend. It's been a long time since I've posted one, but it's Halloween weekend. Going out Saturday, I already brought that up. So I'm going to be able to kind of film some stuff. I haven't been out to the bar scene in probably a month and a half. It's been a little while since I've been out there, but I'm going to be getting some content, filming some stuff, just seeing what the atmosphere is like. But it's about time I do something else other than just the Chris Seibert show once a week. So be on the lookout for that next weekend. Next week, I'm going to be editing that this weekend, and along with sedgetool content. So like I said, just be on the content. Be on the lookout for that. I really want to say something cool. So we're getting ready to get into the stock market information. I got to shout out my friend Connor. I got the opportunity to play golf with Connor when I was a junior in high school. I haven't kept in contact with him a lot more recently, but I know that we follow each other on Instagram, and I'm sure that we also are friends on Facebook. And with that being said, he was kind enough to leave a YouTube comment. This is my first ever. This is going to be the 24th episode that I've done of this, and I've received a lot of compliments, but I guess no one's really ever had a question or asked anything. And I've done a really bad job of saying at the end of the video, or I guess the end of the podcast, that if you ever have a question, if you ever have anything, please feel free to, type a comment or DM me on my social media account, my hobby one, my Instagram, whatever the case may be. Feel free to reach out and don't be embarrassed or scared. And if you don't want me to say your name, that's more than fine. But it's made my whole entire weekend when I saw that Connor commented, even though I haven't really been active on my YouTube, like checking it frequently. It's awesome. So Connor out there, if you're listening to this episode or watching this on YouTube, thank you, my friend. But he said, hey, Chris, with your current strategy focusing on dividends, have you looked into Antero Midstream? And this is ticker symbol AM. Recent growth, dividend yield, and price are attractive, but most ratings I've seen are pretty split. And then he also edited the comment and just asked also what are your opinions of leveraged ETFs? Again, dividends are attractive, but 3x leverage can be a little scary. So to answer your first question, I have not heard, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Antero Midstream, Connor. I ended up looking it up, and for those of you out there that are interested in investing, again, I'm not a financial investor. All of this is just a hobby of mine. I just love talking about it. It makes me excited. It's just something fun to do, and spend your money on and just watch all the time. But it's a very cheap price. And I noticed when I looked at the chart that it's pretty volatile. And by volatile, I mean, it looks like it's just kind of wavy, but what stock isn't wavy, right? Would it be something that I would invest in? I could see myself investing in that. Again, I've done a pretty bad job this week of really, studying. And to be honest, both questions, I didn't do the best of job. But I would say out there, for those of you that are interested in dividends, you should definitely look into it. I noticed that their dividend payout is really good. And it's like around almost $6 a share. That's as of today, October 29th, when I looked. I think it was like $5.80 something, but it's a little over 30 cents per quarter. And it looks really, really attractive. I noticed that the yield was a little bit higher. And with my portfolio, I wanted to buy my holdings are not only kind of diverse in different industries, I should say, but it's more kind of lower yield, like just safe stocks. And this one looked definitely a little bit more risky. But like I said, I haven't really looked too into the reviews as well. But for somebody to throw in like a couple $100 at this with a 30% or 30-cent dividend payout, and it looks like it's still active from what I saw when I checked dividend.com. So that's awesome. This would be something that, just speaking of this, Connor, I can't wait, because what I plan on doing closer to the new year is I want to start bringing a series to my channel where I kind of screen record and have my mouse and edit, just up close, like having me talking about stuff, looking at charts and going over these things, because I feel like it'd be a lot easier to explain this rather than just through a podcast recording. But yes, no, I need to do more research on AM, but overall for the dividend payout, the price is very, very attractive. But yeah, I would need to look more and see their past earnings reports and see how things are like that. The next question you had was actually pretty funny, and I laughed because you talked about what's my opinion on leveraged ETFs. And it's sad because even though I love stocks and I've been really getting into it this year, I honestly didn't even know what a leveraged ETF was. I know that I'm invested in SPY, that's an ETF, and I started even questioning myself. I'm like, am I in a leveraged ETF? It was really funny, but after doing some digging, and again, it's something more I need to do some more research on. And Connor, if you're out there, if you decide to end up watching the YouTube or listen to the audio version, feel free to describe it to me or explain it out even more, because I love learning personally. I would like to know more. Like, I don't know if you have any leveraged ETFs. I did do a little quick research, like just a little bit before I came out here and started recording. But I noticed that online it said that if you're more into long-term investing, that leveraged ETFs probably aren't your best bet, just because they're kind of using margin and hedging that the market's going to go up or down. So, if you buy leveraged ETFs, I could see that if the price drops, you'll probably lose a lot more money. And it's a little riskier. I'm a long-term investor, and I will always stress that. Yes, I do flip a lot of stocks, well, not a lot, but it seems like this year I've been kind of bouncing around. So, but I try to just hold stuff. I do the best I can, and it doesn't benefit me that I look at my portfolio literally like every other hour. But yeah, I need to do more research on leveraged ETFs, because it does fascinate me. But yeah, that's what I got for you, man. But I can't thank you enough. Like, I don't feel like I did a good job at all of explaining my answers or come prepared. But it's more of the fact that I just wanted to thank you and say how cool it was that you took the time to comment and ask a question, because that's awesome, man. And hopefully it's the right Connor that I'm thinking of, because if it's not, then it's going to be kind of hilarious. But it is what it is. Going into my stock portfolio, we're already there, but I got a little bit of an announcement, and it's kind of a big announcement, I should say. I ended up selling a whole stake, or I guess sold my shares for one particular company this week. And going back to what Connor commented, this whole year I've been like all over the place. It's like I own this, then I sell it, and I got this, and it's just me. I'm thankful that I have the capital in my account to be able to do this, just flip around and see what I like and what I don't like. But it can be sometimes like a little like, oh, should I have done that? Should I not have done that? It's just kind of funny. But I'll just go ahead and get into it. And I decided to end up selling PNC. I use PNC. That's my personal bank. I love PNC. It's not that they did anything wrong. it all came really down to watching a YouTube video I came across by Andrei Jikh. I think that's his last name. If you need any financial people, and I always bring him up, check out Andrei on YouTube. He is the guy. He's the man. He's young. He's funny, and he makes finance. He has magic. So I mean, he doesn't have it, but he knows how to do magic. So he just makes the videos overall like beautifully well done, and it's also very educational. So they're really great to listen to. But he brought up how, I guess, supposedly, I think last week, that PayPal announced that they're going to allow users in the US very soon, by this year, 2020, to purchase crypto. But here in the near future, I should say 2021, allow all other countries to purchase cryptocurrency. He also went ahead and talked about how there's 346 million, I shouldn't say users, but people who have a PayPal account. And along with that, there's over 26 million different locations you can use PayPal. So he made a really great argument talking about how you're able to purchase crypto. There's going to be a whole new demo. I don't even know how to explain it, but there's going to be a whole lot of people now who are introduced into this cryptocurrency space. And me being me, crypto, I've kind of been watching it, but I haven't really been focusing on it really a lot this year. I noticed back when the whole market crashed back in March, that was the time to buy, because the market hasn't sunk that low in a while. But even with that, cryptocurrency really fell down too. It went down to like $4,000 a coin. And I'm referring to Bitcoin, by the way. But over the year, the course of this year, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general has recovered quite a bit since back in 2017 when it shot up to Bitcoin shot up to I think $20,000, around $20,000 per coin. So again, looking from a long-term standpoint and being, I guess, ahead of the curve and ahead of the game, I figured it'd be a good idea to jump on the Bitcoin train. So I sold my entire stake. It was around $2,270, and I bought as much Bitcoin as I could with that amount. And I believe, with stocks, you can buy fractional shares. And I'm pretty sure with cryptocurrency, it's called Satoshis or Satoshi. I can't remember the exact term, but I ended up just buying a little bit of Bitcoin, and it's something I feel like that I should hold because I am pretty diversified in a lot of different industries already in my dividend portfolio. And though Bitcoin won't pay dividends, I still think for the time being that in the long run, Bitcoin is going to continue to get higher and higher and higher because there's only so many amount of Bitcoins. So as people continue to buy more and more, the price is going to go up and up and up and up. So yes, I took a pretty hard loss. My dividend portfolio is now $17,300. It was, as of last week, a little over $20,000. And I had a payout income per year, passive income amount of $762.53. And after selling PNC this week, it's now down to $670.95. Still a good amount of passive income and something that I'm going to continue to grow off of and continue to keep building as time goes on, because don't forget that every single week, and I've told you guys this before in the past, I invest $100 and divide that by 9. I will still be doing the exact same thing. I will be buying $11.11 of realty income, SPY, Chevron, AT&T, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Home Depot, Apple, and now Bitcoin. So I'm very happy and I'm very excited. I'm just continuing to keep getting more and more diversified, and I really like what I have going for myself. It's just been such a crazy year. Not like just in general, it's been crazy for everybody, but on my behalf, just really being able to have the financial ability to be able to invest in the stock market and being very, very aggressive when the market crashed has changed everything for me and put me way ahead. And I will not lie, this week, In particular, the week of, what was Monday, the 24th or 25th? Today's Thursday, and then tomorrow's the 30th. So 25th, the market has had a huge sell-off, and I would think that it's going to continue to keep selling off and be extremely volatile through the election, which is next week on Tuesday is when the voting day is. But even though if the market sells off, I'm still holding shares. I'm not really selling anything. And I'm very, very thankful and fortunate to be, I wouldn't say lucky, but just wise enough to invest when I did. So that is what I have in terms of the stock market this week for you guys. So yeah, everything's pretty much stayed the same. There's no real major updates. Just the fact that I sold PNC, the bank sector or the financial sector that I had, and bought Bitcoin. And I'm really excited to keep continuing to update you guys on that as well. And who knows, because next week there might be a change again, but no, I'm really, really happy with that bet. And I would just tell you guys again to look up Andrei on YouTube. The dude is a wizard, not even kidding. So smart. Him, Graham, Stefan or Steven, there's a lot of really good people out on YouTube that are really helping you. Similar to sedgetool, they're just educating you, helping you out. It's hobbies that they enjoy doing. They're very, very wise and smart in that central or that little topic. Fumbling a lot, but you guys catch my drift. So just a recommendation for you guys. In terms of news this week, so one thing I just want to tell you guys is that it is official. We won't know who the next president is going to be next Tuesday on election day. We'll find out more as the mail-in ballots continue to come in, but just so you know, we're going to figure out or get an idea of who our next president might be. It's a very interesting time politically. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I think I know who will win, but I'm not going to say it. And it's an interesting time. Hopefully all is well. Once it's all done, we can get through it, move on, find a vaccine, get a vaccine, and get back to what we were doing before this whole thing kind of went crazy. But overall, that's what I got for you guys. Just the elections next week in terms of news. I'm going to wrap up today's show, week number 24. How crazy it has been, 24 weeks. But I'm going to share my info for you guys. So if you're listening to this through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, Anchor, any other type of audio format or platform, I think Amazon has one as well. I have a YouTube channel, and this same podcast is uploaded to my YouTube channel in a video format. And the channel is Christopher Seibert, S as in Sam, E-I-B-E-R-T. Feel free to, subscribe, follow, look out for more content. Welcome to my weekends, hopefully, and should be the whole stock guest videos that I'll be bringing to you guys in the future with more portfolio sharing, but to a more visual perspective so we can actually see the metrics and numbers. But check that out. I also have a hobby Instagram, the Christopher Seibert, all one word. There I post my portfolio every single week. I post highlights of the Chris Seibert show. I also post welcome to my weekends, like just a little snippet of a video, and then just also try to post motivational stuff on my story if I'm feeling it. So yeah, feel free to follow that. Give it a go. It's just a hobby account. It's something fun to do, something fun to, post things that I enjoy doing so people can see that. And then additionally, Bryce uploaded last week a new episode of Balcony Conversations. That's another podcast I get to be a part of. I co-host with Bryce. Very laid back, very funny. I think we got one episode in the can coming up, but yes, this past week we uploaded another one. So yes, Balcony Conversations. Check that out. Again, it's on all platforms. Look it up. And then additionally on YouTube, it's called Balcony Conversations Podcast. So feel free to look into that. sedgetool. This is something new. We just launched it literally last Thursday. And here we are on week number 2. It's been a week anniversary. It's all over as well. Type in sedgetool, sedgetool on YouTube. Like, subscribe. You can also look it up on Instagram, sedgetool, or you can go onto sedgetool.com. That's our own website that Derek has created. But there you'll find a bunch of stuff about woodworking, DIY, tips and tricks, and just basic knowledge when it comes to, your shop. super fun. It's really, really educational, and we have a great time doing it. So that is something to also check out. And then last but not least, guys, thank you as always for listening, for watching. It's just so fun. I keep saying it every week. It's fun just to come out here, type something up on my script, talk into a microphone. This is my diary. And this is something that's really cool and beneficial to me because, years from now, I'll be able to look back at the year 2020 when I started this just little fun hobby and be like, oh, this week, this is what happened. It's just like a memory bank, a safe keep. But I love doing it. And the fact that you guys continue to watch, download, stream, listen, and now comment. Thank you, Connor. It's fun and it's cool. And I love that. And I love seeing the interaction and bringing this to you guys every week. And then just don't forget, if you do have a question, it can be really anything. I will say, I will be like, I will not answer that. Obviously, Connor had some really good questions and I did not do a good job of being prepared. Just feel free to ask me a question. I'll be more than happy to shout you out, bring it up in the next podcast. And just go from there. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I really appreciate it. This has been week number 24 of the Chris Seibert Show. I will see you guys next week.